What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and CreateSpace. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it, right? PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. But this video though, this video is entitled The Type of Girls Single Mothers Create. We always, as a man, we talk about the boys that are created. But, you know, I decided to change this up a little bit. The older I get, the more I can see the nuance of bad programming of single mothers with the women I encounter and date. And, you know, the boys aren't raised to be men, and I get that. But the girls aren't raised to be women. And I think their situation is way worse in these aspects, because a mother can't teach a boy to be a man, but a mother should be able to teach a girl to be a woman. And these single mothers aren't teaching these girls to be women. As a matter of fact, what they're teaching is they're teaching them to be a bastardized version of what they think a man is. So these mothers are teaching these daughters that they're gonna compete with men and they're just as good as men, but they don't teach them to be women. So they're confused. You know, they look at you as as an adversary because they were taught that you were an adversary by nature, but at the same time you're supposed to be their help or their savior, right? And with that same issue, you're supposed to be, as a man, independent of needing anything from a woman, and she's not. So, but because y'all are quote unquote raised to be enemies, she'll never be your helpmate. You got to do it all on your own. Now, this doesn't play out well in society, because when you're teaching these girls that they can do everything a man can do, you're lying to them, because they're not. You didn't have a boy, you had a girl. She's not gonna be a boy no matter what you do. She's not gonna grow to be a man no matter what she does. Okay, she doesn't. You know, her mental process is different. Her physical makeup is different. Her emotional makeup is different. But to give her this dual reality that she could cut on her inner man and cut on her inner woman at will is what has these women ridiculous. Because I did jury duty like a week ago, I think, and it was something that was very interesting. I think I saw 3 women the whole day in that whole building with a dress on. And 2 of them was lawyers. One of them, you know, and one of them worked there. But everybody else had jeans on. And I think only one had heels on. And people are like, what do you know, some of y'all don't get what I'm getting at, so I'm going to break it down for you. The bulk of those women walked like guys. They had no femininity whatsoever. One woman in the whole building who could walk in heels. And this is part of what's taught in society, where, you know, you see young girls who are given sneakers and flats, and they're not taught how to be feminine or dainty, demure, you know, how to be courteous, how to interact, communicate with men from a feminine position. They're not taught any of this. So all of they're doing is emulating what they think manhood is, and then wondering why guys are not completely enamored or turned on by them. You know, there used to be a day where women couldn't drink beer out of a bottle, like, because people like, why not? Well, it had nothing to do with the bottle. It had something to do with men didn't want women who emulated men, and women didn't want men who emulated women. It's just that was the common sense part of it, right? That's that's how our genders attract each other. The opposite things about our genders attract. That's the opposites attract. Not, he's bad and I'm good. That's not the opposite that attracts. It's, masculine is opposite of feminine. So the opposites attract. But when you try to blur the lines, our natural makeup don't like that. Our natural inclinations of human beings are like, and this goes back to what I was saying a minute ago. This is what single moms teach their girls, that nothing matters. As long as you're making money and you can get a job, nothing matters. And I got a bone to pick with that ideology. You tell these girls that you work just as hard as a man. And because you tell girls something over and over and over again, they believe it. But here's the problem. They don't. By and large, women do not outwork men. We're built to outwork you. So this ideology that we go to work on the same job and we work the same amount of hours, so that makes us equal. That really doesn't make us equal, because you don't want to look at the productivity in those hours, or working the overtime hours, or working your days off. Like, men are very proficient at working, more so than women. I was listening to a sister say, women are in the military. Women are in the military. You're not on the battlefield. Stop thinking, see, just because you in something doesn't mean you're doing the exact same thing as something. When people say women are in the military, women aren't on the front lines, and you know it. So this idea that if I'm in the building, I'm doing the exact same thing these men doing, and I should be seen the exact same way, is one of the problems that these single mothers are teaching their girls. Because, at some point, you're going to swear that, the cheerleaders are doing just as much as the players. You get what I'm saying? Oh, I'm taking the hits too. I'm on the field just like the players on the field. You're cheerleading. They're playing. Y'all on the same field, but y'all not doing the same thing, and y'all don't have the same amount of risk. Stop equating one to the other like it's the same when it's not. That's a problem, right? There's a major problem. Because when these girls grow to be women and they meet these guys who are really as efficient and competent as as they think that they are, it's a culture shock. They hit a wall. It messes with their mind. They can't handle it, because now you were taught that you were equal to a man in a masculine way, and you're not. Men and women are equal because men are completely different and women are completely different. You're equal, but you're separate. You're not the same thing. That's the issue. But what mothers teach their girls is that a woman is equal to a man being masculine, and that's ridiculous. And you can say what you want. That's what they're teaching, because they're not teaching femininity whatsoever. So now these girls go out into the world swearing they got to be men, and they're doing a horrible job at it. They're not built for that. They're not built for the stress of it. They're not, like, I was listening to Jap. Got to give respect to him. He said this. He said, "Look, men don't take stress days." And then I went to work, and one of my supervisors, she's like, I need to take a couple of stress days. And what Jap said just bopped in my head, like, men don't take stress days though. Like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all stressed out. Like, and I'm a black man at that. Like, stress day? What kind of, who gets that? We're in the same workplace. We technically do part of the same jobs, but there's no, a man can't say, I'm just stressed. I can't Take it. I need a good week just to decompress. No, it's not gonna happen. You know, this is what happens when, you know, and the stress comes from trying to emulate being the man, right? And, you know, also let me say these things and get out of here with this one. This is why you teaching this princess complex that, you know, they're equal to men, you're better than men at being men, and they fail miserably, but at the same time, you know, they're princesses and they're women and they need to be pampered and taken care of. But you're missing this one thing. None of these women know how to take care of men. That's a problem. And not just men. You're not teaching these girls how to take care of children. You swear that these girls are, you know, women are nurturing naturally. You're not teaching them to be nurturing. I don't see too many girls playing with the little baby dolls anymore. You know, they used to be walking around in public with their little baby doll. They don't do that no more. They playing video games like the boys. And then you see this as grow in society where they're not nurturing to their own kids. So they don't take care of their kids. They don't take care of their men. And ultimately, they can't take care of themselves. Because they weren't taught how to take care of themselves in a feminine way. They were only taught how to take care of themselves in a masculine way, and you break down faster because you're not built for that. And this is a problem. You know, what single moms have taught their girls to be boys. And the girls are not boys. And the girls mentally don't, you know, they think, you know, at minute one, I'm a boy and I'm thinking like a boy and you should see me as a boy. And at minute two, I'm thinking like a girl and you should see me as a girl. And I keep vacillating back and forth. And you as a man should know when I'm a boy and when I'm a girl. And it's like, you're stupid. You're being really stupid right now. But you were taught to be this stupid. I'm not going to figure out when you are a female or when you're a male mentally. You're a girl. You're born a girl. You're a female. You grow to be a woman. I'm not thinking of you as a man or treating you as a man or thinking you think like a man because you don't. I'm not going to play this imaginary game with you. But you were taught that the world has to play this imaginary game with you. And you're the only one that looks like a nutcase. But you were taught this. So I'm going to leave and end this video with that. We out. Peace.